Hey guys, your friend No Name Trapper here with another episode of Real Talk. Um, Doubling down on episodes today, so today's episode this episode is essentially center swivel footholds versus the standard. Okay, so your center swiveled footholds, we'll just go ahead and get started. Attached to your base plate. Now on this one, you can see that this is riveted and a D-ring's here in the center. Okay, you can run either a D-ring or like there's another design where it's heavy duty wire and it's welded on, and you can either have a D-ring put on with that at the beginning, or you'd run a heavy duty J hook off of there. Okay, so you can run this style or the welded wire one, or then I've seen it drilled out, a hole drilled out in the center of the trap, right? And essentially you put a J hook through the center of the trap. Now that does weaken your base plate a little bit, so that's something you're going to want to keep in mind. But center swiveled is when you're hooked up to the center bottom of your trap. Okay, so some cons. Well, the only con that I'm aware of is that the trap does not set like on just your standard, like my blind sets I run. To put it on a trail, it does not set very well unless you take something and you notch out just a little spot, because you've got this on the underneath side, right? So instead of just having your standard base plate, you actually have something right here in the center. So that is the only con to the system that I've found, is that it doesn't sit flat. Okay, now pros to this system is that when you make your catch, the stress on the trap from the animal, the pressure remains the same on both sides. Since it's center swivel, since you're hooked dead center, the levers come up and the pressure remains constant on both sides. Okay, so you don't have any real weakness there. Okay, so that is very important as far as maintaining your catch and you know how that works. Now, another awesome thing is being center swiveled. When you catch an animal, you've got your pressure applied. They go to pull and they go to spin a lot. We know that from just, trail cams and what we see out there. And so when they go to pull and spin, right, your trap spins evenly like this, okay, which helps protect the animal's leg and foot a little bit, plus it protects your trap because it's one solid unit, right? It's one solid unit hooked from the direct center. The only really exposed parts become the dog, which we have to repair frequently in the field if you run dogs on your traps, or sometimes the pan. The pan will come out or whatever. But besides that, you've got one solid unit spinning from the center. That's going to limit leg, foot damage possibly for the animal, and it's going to limit the damage to your foothold trap because you're protecting it as one unit. Okay, so those are the pros to running a center swivel trap, which is hooked from, like I said, one more time, the center bottom of the trap. Okay, there's your center hookup. Here's the standard. Okay, essentially what happened for the standard, there's a drilled out that's kind of on the corner of the base plate here, and there's a J hook on there. This is not a very good J hook. You want a good J hook, for the record. I'm not going to be running this in the field, but anyways, a J hook is hooked to this side. Okay, and then that's your swiveling point is from there. Now the pro, you see here the bottom of your trap is flat, very flat. I can set this right on a trail, right, without notching anything out on the trail or any real problems. I can wiggle it a couple times and it's firm, it's on the trail, no issues. Okay, so that's the pro. The con is once you make the catch, the pressure, the stress of the on the trap is on the side opposite of the J hook, right? Because the pressure is not evenly distributed like when you're center swivel. So the stress is on one side of the trap. Furthermore, when the animal starts spinning, you see here it's a little more awkward, bulky, okay? This is more likely to lead to some foot or leg injuries as well as damage to your trap because it's not as one single unit swiveling from the center. Okay, so those are two very important cons to understand with your standard hookup of a J hook from one side. Now, with that being said, this has been an effective method for a long time. I've caught lots and lots of animals and had not a lot of foot damage or leg damage. This is the standard and it works great. Okay, center swiveling, that works almost better. Okay, but there's pros and cons to each setup. Now, what I want you guys to do is take the information I provided here, right, especially if you're a new trapper, and apply it to the system. What kind of trapper are you, right? And how can you take this information and apply it to your trap line? That's the whole point of this video. So, center swivel, the standard hookup in the industry. Okay, there you go. There it is, plain Jane. Information's on the table. What you do with it, that's on you. I appreciate you guys. I hope you enjoyed this information, and I'll see you on the next one.